This video has been produced to help sport leaders like yourself become familiar with the setting up and running of the basic sports skills circuit. The activities demonstrated here are simple but important, as they form the basic skills of sport and help the younger students for more complicated games. Your job is to help the students set up the equipment and demonstrate the various skills that will be used in the circuit, offering advice where necessary to help in learning to perform the skills. The first thing you need to do is find an adequate space for the basic sports skills circuit. It needs to be in a safe area away from roads, pathways, and other obvious hazards. The obstacle course. Starting at the green cone, each person zigzags the flags, hops through the hoops, runs across the ladder, keep those knees up, leaps over the low bars, and jumps over the higher obstacles to reach the red cone finish. And then the next person starts. You might need to fix up the equipment here and there. This skill is done in pairs or small groups. And remember, the first player must pass the red cone before their partner can start from the green cone. Students should be encouraged to complete 2 or more circuits of the obstacle course. Cricket strike. This activity requires a batter and a fielder in turn. Set the 2 tees about 20 paces apart. There should be a bat at each tee and 2 balls at one end. One player puts the ball on the tee and hits it. The other player fields the ball. Each player gets 2 hits and then they swap over. You may like to offer some advice on how to hit the ball so it has direction and speed. The rugby kick. This is a 2-person activity. Set the 2 tees about 15 paces apart with a rugby ball at each tee. Each person gets 2 kicks from the tee, one kicking while the other fields. It's important to let the kids kick the ball as they would normally do it. If they need a bit of help, give them a simple demonstration of how to approach and strike the ball, like you would in a rugby game. Now that's an excellent kick and a great catch as well. Well done, coach. The vortex. Another 2-person activity. Place 2 markers about 15 paces apart. Hold the vortex with your preferred hand. Put your foot forward with your hand pointing right up to where you're throwing. When you throw, shift your weight onto your front leg. Start off by throwing the vortex to each other. As the kids get confident, give them a challenge and mix it up a bit. Perhaps they can throw a vortex to each other at the same time. Or one person can throw 2 vortex to the one person, hoping that the catcher will catch at least one. T-ball strike. Another partner activity. Set the tees about 20 paces apart. A bat is placed at each tee, and both balls are placed at one of the tees. The batter mounts the ball on the tee and hits the ball. 2 hits each. The partner fields, then they swap over. This exercise can be a little difficult as it requires more concentration and hand-eye coordination.
Hold it like this and then...
You might have to help out a little more. Often kids are trying to hit from a side that doesn't work for them, so you can suggest they just swap sides or hand positions. You might have just helped a kid figure out if they're right or left-handed when it comes to sports. In this type of activity, be safe and stand well clear after you've given your coaching tips. The football kick. Played in pairs, set up the cones about 15 paces apart. Players then kick the ball towards their partner from near the tee. The partner traps the ball, controls the ball, and then returns the ball to the other partner. This is a good example of trap, control, and pass. It's a simple activity, but the skill lies in the correct kicking method. You'll need to have a look at how each kid kicks and offer them advice if necessary. Like how to strike the ball using the inside and outside of the foot, or how to trap the ball. And remember, kicking with the toe is not the best. Ouch! Because it can hurt the toe. Let's look at that again. Exactly right. That's how it's done. Slingers. Each player picks up a slinger and slings a ball up into the air by pulling the handles apart, then catching it back in the net. As they improve, they can try a different shaped object. They're more difficult. When they get more advanced, they can try slinging a ball from one to the other. Eventually, try 2 balls in the net, attempting to catch at least 1 ball. Soft hands needed here. Ball on a string.
To start with, you're just going to have to do a gentle swing.
Catching a ball on a string sounds too easy, but not when you have a tail and gravity involved. Each player individually launches a ball up into the air and runs to catch it. Once the skill has been achieved, players can separate and throw at the same time, so each is throwing and catching. Later, one player can throw 2 BOS simultaneously, and their partner can try to catch at least 1. Animal beanbag launcher. The animal beanbag launcher helps kids understand the power of leverage and hand-eye coordination. It looks easy, but requires them to understand how much energy their stomp needs to have in order to get the beanbag up in the air. Too much, and the bag will go flying. Too little, and it might not leave the launcher. You could bring some extra skill to this game and attempt to catch each other's flying beanbags. Grip ball. Grip ball is all about perfecting overarm and underarm throwing and working on a balanced throw and catch. So, set up 2 cones 15 paces apart and practice throwing and catching underarm and overarm.
Yeah, you can go further apart.
As the pair build confidence, widen the cones and encourage to throw further while maintaining technique. That will prepare them for the ultimate team grip ball game.
For more information, go to the Premier Sporting Challenge website at www.schools.nsw.edu.au/PSC.